So hey guys, what's up? Ranked final came out. I'm gonna tell you the best characters and agents. So if we could reach like 30 likes, 30 likes would be awesome. I know it's a big goal, but I think we can do it, barely. So let's check the best tier list for Valorant ranked. Now this is my personal tier list, but it's definitely trustable. Okay, so here we go. We have like S, A, B, C, D. So I'm just gonna start with S tier. So the S tier right now, as of 1st of May, that's only Sage. So Sage, you go up there, and I'm gonna explain why. Sage is pretty damn powerful. Okay, so her healing ability and her slow orb are one of the best things, especially the wall. It prevents pushes. Preventing a push or buying you a lot of time with the wall is huge. That's like having basically an extra player that is holding a side. But it won't do any damage, of course. Now, I really like Sage as well because she's the best in winning 1 versus 3 scenarios, 1 versus 2 scenarios, and 1 versus 1 scenarios. The S tier is going to be kind of empty right now because Sage is so powerful, it's even better than good. Now, I want to go on the A tier, which is really good. So I'm gonna start with Phoenix. So his wall is really good as well, but not as good as Sage wall. He can heal. That's a huge thing. If he couldn't heal, he'd probably like be at C, but because he can heal, he's really good. Other than that, his flash is pretty shit. His flash doesn't actually do much. It briefly stuns you, but you have like 1 second to react when killing an opponent. It's really situational, but everything else, like his molly and stuff like that, it's really good, especially because it can heal himself. It can win you some rounds. Of course, everyone will pick Sage basically in competitive mode that's above Iron. So Phoenix, yeah, you go in there. Now the next one I'd say is Sova. Now Sova, I would say Sova is one of the hardest to master because Sova's arrows are pretty hard to master if you don't know the exact spots. Thing is, you have some special spots you have to bounce, and then you have like some situations where the enemy is planting the spike and you're somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you have to use, your shock bolt or something like that. If you know your Sova bolts and what abilities to use, you're good. You're really good. And congratulations for that. But seriously though, Sova gets you a lot of info for pretty cheap. Like his info bolt, it gives you a lot of time. And it gives you a lot of info. They usually, destroy the bolt after the first of his scan, right? So Brimstone could be potentially an S tier. However, Brimstone has one ability that I don't really like. Now, his smokes are one of the best thing. Not only, I expect you to have like 2 smokes, right? But you actually have 3. So, his smokes are one of the best things you can actually have in the game. Because smokes are good on offense and on defense. So, smokes, perfect. Also, his ult is really good if you don't know what it does. It basically kills you an enemy for free if you know where he is. Now, another thing I found for Brimstone's ult, you can find out where a person is planting, okay? So, for example, it can buy you time when someone is defusing. For example, the enemy is defusing, you just use an ult, or you can prevent a plant or whatever. It can buy you like 5-10 seconds, and this is huge. This is huge in Valorant. 5 to 10 seconds, that's enough for half of a rotation. People just think of seconds, 5 seconds more or less, but this is really much more different. Now I think this should be okay, right? Oh, I guess we could put Raze over here. She used to be S tier, but Raze is really easy at getting kills, especially her boombot. Right now she was nerfed, so she doesn't have 2 frag grenades, right? But still, with 1 frag grenade, you can get an easy kill. The thing is, you really need to know her spots, and her ult is basically a free kill if you know where to aim at, right? However, she doesn't have she's really more of an offensive character than a defensive. That's what I really don't like about her. She doesn't have like abilities like Brimstone, which can buy you time, or a spike plant. She has a simple boombot that does a lot of damage, and she has a grenade that can clear out like some enemy camping, right? So I would put her like at A or B, and I'm guessing A is pretty much fine here. This hurts me, but I gotta put Cypher at B. So Cypher is an alright, I guess. However, the problem with Cypher is a lot of times I use his trapwire, so don't get me wrong. I'm a Cypher main. I love Cypher. I use Cypher a lot of times, but he's really not ranked. A lot of his, abilities aren't really that situational. So what I'm trying to say here is a lot of his abilities don't actually get into play even. So either the trapwires get destroyed, either they get triggered and the enemy just shoots at them, or they don't get activated at all. That's what happened to me mostly. Only in the early game, like the first week of Valorant beta, stuff actually happened, like trapwires triggered and stuff like that, when nobody knew the Cypher was even an agent. But seriously though, Cypher is alright, but nah fam, nah. Cypher, you gotta be at like B or C or something like that. Now we have Breach. Breach. Okay, so Breach is alright, I guess. Breach is pretty good, but why would you use Breach if you can use Phoenix or Brimstone? Phoenix can heal, right? And Brimstone can use smokes, which is much better than some sort of a weird situational flashes, right? That only last for 1 second or whatever. Breach is really fun to play, but Breach is one of the lowest played agents right now, and that's for a reason. Breach is pretty strong, but I wouldn't say he's that good. Now the next one we have is, here we go, Viper, right? Now a lot of you fans are gonna hate me for Viper, but I'm gonna explain why. So keep watching until the end of the video. So Viper abilities are good, okay? They're good for spike plant. However, usually you won't use her wall multiple times, because it's used for like pushing or blocking vision, right? And usually you don't pick up her smoke bomb thing. In some situations you do, but why don't you just use Phoenix instead, who can heal itself? Her ult is an alright. It's like, it's only good when you actually plant the spike. This is what I really hate about her ult. Every single person here can be used at any times. You can use this in like defense, offense. This can be only used when attacking or defending a spike plant. Only when planting, actually. It's not that useful when defending a spike plant, because it will grant the enemies like more info. That's what I'm trying to say. And Viper, like her smoke bomb or whatever it is, like gas cloud, you can pick it up, but it's not that great, to be honest. It doesn't even do damage. If it did damage, Viper would definitely be at A, but I'm gonna have to put it at B. So Omen, okay, I know a lot of you Omen mains are gonna hate me for this. So Omen is pretty good if you know how to play him. The problem is his abilities are broken. His ultimates are not that good. His ultimates are good, but they're not used in the right situations. So you can just teleport somewhere with Omen, and it's either a hit or miss. If there's an enemy there, you're fucked, basically. Now the thing I hate with Omen is his abilities don't actually work yet in beta. So this is the old Omen rework, right? So Omen is an alright, but I think you can have Brimstone for smokes, and his flashes aren't really working because they're easily avoidable. If you hit the enemy with the flashes anyway, you can hit the enemy with your Vandal or Phantom. That's what I'm saying, basically. So Omen, I don't think Omen will see a lot of competitive play. That's just my honest opinion. Sage is definitely still on the top. Okay, now Jett. Okay, I know you Jett fans are gonna hate me, right? So Jett, what I think about Jett is she had a lot of potential. The thing is, this game is really fast-paced, and Jett's like gliding in the air is really useless because the players just shoot you in the air, right? what they would have to do is make when gliding in the air faster or something like that. Like Jett's abilities and stuff like that are really fun and OP and can make you like some kind of a tracer in Overwatch. But right now they're just not that good, okay? So her knives kind of do damage. They can kill one person, but almost every ability here can insta-kill a person, while with Jett you have to hit it. So for example, let's compare Ray's rocket and let's compare Jett's ultimate ability, her knives, right? So with knives you have to actually hit the target. With Jett you just have to hit the vicinity, and it can also hit like up to 3-4 players, right? Here you can only hit like one at a time, or one, and then you lose the ability. That's what I really hate about Jett. Jett fans, let me know your opinion. And this is Fama, sign out. Peace, guys.